Welcome everybody. Let's take a look and see what happened with the live cattle futures today. The symbol is L/LE. We're looking at the December 2021 contracts. Those are the most heavily traded contracts right now, basically the current contracts. Okay. The market just closed. You can see it closed at 132. And just looking at the daily chart here, guys and gals, you can see today was a really small, what we call doji candlestick. I know some of you may not be technically inclined, but basically a doji candlestick means the open and the close were almost exactly the same, okay? It opened up at 131.9 and closed at 132. So basically open and closing at the same. This is normally kind of considered a weak trading session when you see a candlestick like that. Okay, we still have down here at the bottom the amplitude percent indicator, which means the distance from the bottom of the candlestick back to the down here to the 50-day moving average, which that 50-day moving average for the live cattle is 127.31. Okay, so there's a pretty good distance going on here. Just want to pay attention to that. The fact that this candlestick looks a little bit like, a little bit on the weak side with that doji looking candlestick like that, might be getting a little toppy here. The Big Daddy forecast looks a little toppy, like it wants to roll over, and we're beginning to see the Stochastic Momentum Index indicator also looking like it wants to roll over too. Okay, so just be aware of that. Long term, the MACD is just basically flatline and just just going sideways. So I do expect live cattle futures to probably most likely begin to make their way back towards this slightly rising 50. Okay. There is a daily cycle here. Let's just see when this daily cycle ends. December 9th. So for those that want to know what a cycle means, if you look at this right here, this is a cycle. It's simply an element of time. And you'll notice near where these two cycles come together, price tends to go down. Okay. So as we get towards December 9th over here, and there's a little bit of leeway on each side of cycle analysis, but basically we'd expect prices to probably, work their way down towards this cycle low in the, kind of the first or second week of December. Okay, so just keep that in mind that that tends to be the case when we're looking at cycle analysis. So I would think that prices on the daily appear to me that they're going to try to work back towards this 127. May not get all the way down there. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Let's look at the monthly and see what we got going on there today. Okay. Monthly's still showing a little bit of strength. So that, that still shows a little bit of strength going on here. So the monthly still is working its way above the 50-month moving average, okay? Still working slightly that way. So long term, they're, on a very long-term scale, monthly scale, there might be a little bit of room for that price still to go up, which is in contrast to what we're seeing on the daily. Let's look at the weekly and see what we got going on here. Yeah, so the daily's starting to show weakness, and the weekly, even though we're only, we're on Wednesday here, so we're midway through the week, 2 days left, session closed. So this is a really weak candlestick for this week of 11/8, November 11th, 2021. So, it's not the first time we've seen weak candlesticks. I mean, they happen back here too, so it does happen. But you'll notice these kind of smallish candlesticks, they tend to happen near tops, right? They get to the top and then the price pulls back. Okay, you can see it over here. You get to the top, these weak-looking candlesticks, and then they pull back. Okay, here again, pull back. Here, a little bit of a pullback. So, this candlestick right here does lend credence to what we're seeing in the daily, that we might see prices decline here for the next couple weeks. The SMI looks like it's tightening up, wants to try to roll over. I do see a divergence signal here, this divergence dot. That means there's a 12-week divergence going on. It's not a super strong one. It's basically probably looking at something like way back here, slight divergence going down a little bit. So it's not a very strong divergence, but it is there. So we want to be mindful of that prices have gone up during this time, but the indicator's showing a slight decline. So just something to kind of pay attention to there. I think all in all, looks like prices are going to try to roll over here, and kind of do one of those things This is not done peaking out yet, so there's more room maybe to go there. But I think looking at this candlestick right here, unless between Thursday and Friday this thing suddenly gets some legs underneath it and takes off, but I don't think that's going to happen. So on the weekly, the 50-week moving average is about 122.44. On the daily, I think it was 127. So we could expect prices probably to work back towards that daily little by little. Right now at 132, I would expect prices to get back down probably in the high 120, guys and gals. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen here, most likely. Okay, let's take a look at the hourly here and just get a sense for some really short-term guidance on what we think live cattle futures is going to do here. Okay, so this is the 50-hour. You can see it's at 131.16. Okay, so just a little bit below where we closed today. About 84 cents below where we closed here. Okay. That last hour, of course, nothing was going on. I'm just going to look at some other last hours. Just looking for other last hours. Yeah, 1 o'clock there yesterday had at least had a little bit to it. Not much, but yeah, just looking at these 1 o'clocks, there was a really sad looking candlestick back there. Yeah, that's like nothing happened on that last hour, right? There was a nickel worth of range. The big hour was 10 a.m., 9 and 10 a.m. Well, even 8 a.m. had a decent spike to it, but finished low. Big down hour at 9 a.m. and then a big rebound at the 10 a.m. You know, those are the 3 big hours. Normally would be 8, 9, and 10 o'clock, but, you know, it does vary. Okay. So what I see in the indicators on the hourly, just short term here, guys and gals, is I do see it weakening on the Big Daddy forecast. Looks like it wants to head down. On the SMI, we can see it's starting to look a little bit weak. Wants to get back down to this zero line. Probably going to happen. Okay. We're not really extremely far removed away from the 50-hour. You know, over here we had pretty good distance going on between the 50. The amplitude here was much higher. You know, and even back over here, back on last Wednesday, amplitude was much higher. So this amplitude is nothing, you know, it isn't like you're going to, usually when you get high amplitude like here and here, then the pullback tends to be a little bit more aggressive, right? See how high this amplitude got away from the 50 moving average, and then it moved back against and pulled back really aggressively. So usually there's a relationship between how far away the price gets from the 50-hour, and that's true for the 50-day and the 50-week and the 50-month. It's pretty much usually true. There's it's not a strict relationship, but it's a kind of a loose relationship that we do see, that as the price pulls away from the 50 moving average, that it'll tend to pull back very aggressively towards that 50 moving average. So right here, it's, you know, we're not that far away, so I don't expect a big aggressive move back, like way down. You know, anything is possible, but in the next day or two, Thursday, Friday, let's see, where did we end up yesterday? Yeah, see, yesterday we closed at 132.25, and then the previous day before that we closed at, it closed at 132.08, we'll call it. So it's kind of been moving up and down here. You know, this is a rising 50-hour, so that's a good thing for pricing. So, you know, we might get down into this. Let's see, tomorrow would be somewhere right in this range. Okay, actually, I'm looking at overnight. So I'm trying to be careful of the time here. Let's see. It's just a way that this, yeah, you can see these sessions so much shorter, but so this is going to change as we get into overnight. This whole line will move over, but just looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candlesticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candlesticks. So the next 6 candlesticks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, somewhere over here. Okay, I could see it possibly getting down to 135.6, maybe somewhere in that area. I think we're going to get down into the high 130s, probably Thursday or Friday. It's probably most likely going to happen. We're going to drop below this 132 area. Looks like it's trending that way. Okay, guys and gals. That is it for the live cattle futures. Listen, if you look at the screen right now, there's a membership, $5.95 a month. It's a really good deal. I've had a lot of people. Man, I just put out the premium subscription 2 days ago, and I have a lot of people sign up already. It's a really good deal. One trade, and you're gonna make back that $5.95 easily. So you get a whole month of premium subscription for $5.95, and what you're gonna get out of that is at least 1 or 2 videos. And I've already put out way more than 1 or 2 videos already, but you're gonna get one or 2 videos a month for premium members only. They're basically going to be a paper trade that talks about a potential for a profitable trade, okay? So I don't give financial advice, okay? This is educational videos only, paper trade only. What you do with it is your business. But it's a really, really good opportunity, so take advantage of it, because if I get a lot of people, which they're starting to pour in, which is, I'm grateful for that, but I may have to raise the price because, I got to support more people. I may have to hire people to do the support, so we'll just see how that goes. So take advantage of that $5.95 price while you can, okay? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to click that little bell to be notified of all the videos I put them out. Talk to you all real soon again next time.